I also have a pleasure of introducing our keynote speaker, Sean Baxter. Sean is a Director of Marine Operations and a Harbour Master at the Vancouver Fraser Port Authority, where he plays a key leadership role in enabling Canada's trade through reliable, innovative, and environmentally responsible marine logistics and operations. A graduate of BCIT Nautical Science Program, class of 2009, Sean began his career through a Transport Canada accredited cadet co-op program at BCIT. After gaining experience through an international seafaring career aboard bulk carriers, tankers, passenger vessels, and with the Canadian Coast Guard, Sean joined the Vancouver Fraser Port Authority, steadily advancing through senior roles within marine operations. We're lucky to have him. Please join me in welcoming Sean Baxter.
Thank you, Stefan. First, I'd like to acknowledge with gratitude that we are gathered on the traditional territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh peoples. As I'll mention some of the work we're doing at the Vancouver Fraser Port Authority, I'd also like to recognize their enduring presence and stewardship of First Nations over the lands and waters that today fall within the Port of Vancouver's jurisdiction. At the Port Authority, we are working to foster meaningful relationships and partnerships with First Nations as we strive for inclusive stewardship of the environment we share. To the class of 2025, congratulations on your hard work and achievement. As you are sitting here today as graduates, recognize that you are fulfilling a dream that may have been that of your parents, who worked tirelessly to provide you with the opportunity of a life better than their own. This may also be a dream of generations before you, who made unimaginable sacrifices to bring you this opportunity. And perhaps you built this dream on your own 2 feet. And to you, I commend you for your perseverance and not giving up. Regardless of where the dream originated, you have made it a reality as you showed up and put in the work. Congratulations. To the educators and faculty at BCIT, your role in shaping the future of Canada's skilled workers is more important today than ever before. I have the utmost respect for the work that you do. I maintain close relationships with many of those who guided me through my years at BCIT, and I value the guidance they have provided to me more and more with each passing year. Past and present faculty of the BCIT Marine Campus, including Jeff Otto, Agnello Pereira, who's here today, Brian Young, and Paulo Ekabis. The biggest gift that BCIT gave to me was the lifelong friendships and professional network that I formed during my 4 years at the school. This includes my close friend and former classmate, Sean Poole, who's also on the stage today, who last year took on the role of president of the BCIT Alumni Association. The connections that you have made here are powerful. They are your future colleagues, collaborators, and friends. No one will understand your journey more than your classmates, so lean on each other and be that support in return. Invest in these relationships as you would others that you value. Stay in touch, check in, and find ways to keep growing together. These bonds can open doors as you never expected. For me, the most valuable gift that BCIT gave me wasn't just my education. It was the network. A classmate helped me land my first role at the Vancouver Fraser Port Authority, and that opportunity helped shape my entire career. As you graduate today, you do so with skills that generations before you did not have. Advancements in technology are accelerating at a rapid pace. When I graduated BCIT 15 years ago, I didn't yet have an iPhone. Today, you graduate with advanced skills as AI prompt engineers, social media strategists, as well as digital collaborators. You are better prepared for the future, not just because of what you've learned, but because of how you've learned to learn. Let's talk for a moment about the landscape that you're graduating into in 2025, both globally and locally. Today, we're facing escalating geopolitical conflict, global economic certainty, and a general upheaval of the global economic system, climate change and extreme weather events, and the destabilization of Canada's trade relationship with the United States, a true wake-up call for Canada. Locally, we're preparing for an ongoing regional population growth, transportation planning and supply chain challenges, steady trade growth through the Port of Vancouver, technological change, as well as an aging population. Yet, in this complex landscape, we have real reasons for hope. At the national level, across this country, we are stepping up to transform Canada's economy, diversify our markets, and meet this moment. As part of that, at the Vancouver Fraser Port Authority, we're working to unlock more trade capacity at the Port of Vancouver, which is Canada's largest port and our national gateway to more than 170 countries, including the Indo-Pacific region, which will represent 50% of the world's GDP by 2040. We're doing this by advancing significant infrastructure projects and by optimizing existing trade capacity. In my role as Director of Marine Operations and Harbour Master at the Port Authority, I have the opportunity to lead the implementation of an active vessel traffic management system that digitizes and optimizes the maritime supply chain through the Port of Vancouver, Canada's largest and most diversified port. This collaborative system enhances safety, fluidity, and visibility of vessel movements through the port, helping increase terminal call efficiency and mitigate social and environmental impacts of commercial marine traffic. It plays a crucial role in connecting Canada to diverse markets around the world and driving economic prosperity. In 2024 alone, the program initiatives helped facilitate the movement of a record 150 million metric tons of cargo through the Port of Vancouver, a 5% year-over-year increase. This is just one aspect of how Canada is innovating today that gives me confidence that as a country, we can and will meet this moment and come out even stronger. Turning to the labor market you are graduating into, there's additional good news for BCIT graduates. The Canadian Marine Careers Foundation has released the Canadian Seafarers Pathway Study, a first of its kind and comprehensive report which reveals a critical labor and skill shortage in the country's marine transportation sector. This study identifies a pressing need to attract and train new talent, with domestic vessel operators needing to hire 8,300 new workers to meet industry demands and replace retirees by 2029, the equivalent of more than 30% of its current workforce. This is the same reality for many of other related industries, including those that you graduate today with specialized skills. As the leaders of tomorrow, you will need to be active in keeping pace with technological change. Do not wait for others to provide you with the opportunity to prepare yourself for how you manage the challenges of decarbonization, digitization, automation, and safety. It will be your voices and actions that is needed to ensure Canada is prepared for the future. As I look for advice to share with you as graduates today, I wanted to share a set of 5 questions that James Ryan, the president of the University of Virginia, outlined in his commencement speech to Harvard graduates in 2016. Questions that, in his view, help drive both success and happiness. I put these questions to the test myself and found them to be very valuable. The first question, wait, what? Wait, what? The idea here is to ask for clarification and context, which is crucial to understanding. This is a question I most often asked myself when studying at BCIT when I disagreed with an instructor Sean may remember. Perhaps over the approach to a problem or when an assignment was made due following a long weekend. Time and time in my career, though, I see others proceed with tasks or work that they don't understand the full context to. It is unlikely that you will go through your entire career under the guidance of others that will be 100% invested in your learning and development. When you do work without fully understanding the why, you are missing the opportunity to expand your understanding of how your industry works the way it does. The weight, which precedes the why, is a good reminder that it pays to slow down and make sure you truly understand. The second question is, I wonder why, or I wonder if. For example, I wonder why students aren't seeking the skills that will be in demand, and I wonder if we could do more to draw students into these sectors. The third question is, couldn't we at least? This is a consensus-building question that can help get a group unstuck when there are diverse opinions. For example, in the transportation sector, there may be disagreements on the use of automation, but couldn't we at least agree that we all care about safety? This is a question I most often use when faced with managing risks associated with vessel traffic in the Port of Vancouver, which typically results in increased costs to port users, yet ultimately those impacted by these decisions agree on the need for a high level of safety. The fourth question is, how can I help? I'm sure many of you are idealists and want to make the world a better place, yet how we help can matter as much as the helping itself. If we ask how we can help, we are asking with humility for direction, as well as drawing on others' expertise. I use this question when engaging with local communities, including First Nations, that interact with port operations and ships on the water. Oftentimes, the best solutions are found from others' perspectives. The fifth question is this: what truly matters? This question forces us to get at the heart of issues and to the heart of our own beliefs and convictions. I advocate in asking yourself this question as much as possible, and not just when faced with major life or career decisions. So to recap, these 5 questions: wait, what can help drive your understanding? I wonder allows you to explore and be curious. Couldn't we at least can get you unstuck and create momentum. How can I help allows you to build relationships and make a difference at the same time. And what really matters gets you to the heart of life. And so in closing, if you ask these questions regularly, especially the last one, you will be in a great position to answer James Ryan's bonus question, which is, at the end of the day, the most important question you'll ever face. And that's this: did you get out of life what you wanted? Even so. Did you get what you wanted out of life? Even so. The even so part of this recognizes that there are going to be highs and lows as you enter the workforce in a changing world, but also the hope that life, even so, offers the possibility of joy and satisfaction. So I'd suggest that if you make a regular case of asking yourself these 5 questions that drive thoughtful decision-making, then when it comes to time to ask yourself, and did you get what you wanted out of life, even so, your answer will be, I did. And so congratulations to the class of 2025 on a job well done. The world is waiting for you. Go forward and seize the day. Carpe diem.